From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. We're back at Tommy Mac's talking business at the bar. Brought to you by my good friends at Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits. The Southern Grill right there on Flag Lavender, some of the best Southern cooking you can have right there on the South Bank. And the Bruss Nutter Wealth Advisory Team down in Ponte Vedra Beach. David Sillick is back, my good friend from TAV Jacksonville. And Paul Bertozzi is our guest from Live Oak Contracting. Let's welcome them in. David, how are you, my man?
Good, Tommy. Good to see you.
How's TAV doing? What's the latest? It's doing good?
It's doing great.
Yeah.
I'd have never envisioned how well it's going. I'm happy to have one of our members here today.
Nice.
In fact, just by coincidence, but
yeah. So when you wake up every morning, is that the first thing on your mind? TAV Jacksonville? No.
On my mind
you get there eventually.
First thing on my mind is, am I going to go to the gym today?
Yeah, right. Get some coffee and get it going, right? All right, Paul is here. Hey, Paul, how are you?
We're doing very well.
It's great to have you on the show.
Absolutely.
So you've owned Live Oak Contracting 8 years, you said?
Yep, started the company in 2014. So,
okay, great. We always in construction development, that type of thing? Or
so I started my career off in banking. I have a degree in economics out of Auburn, and got into banking right out of school, and then very quickly got into construction after about, I guess, a year and a half in banking, and got into construction and started at the ground up. So
nice. Yep. How'd you get to be like, all right, I'm going from banking to construction? I mean, were you dealing with some construction guys or developers and finding them financing? And
a lot of the work that I was doing on the banking side was mortgages. So saw a lot of the mortgage activity going on, and then had a friend that had gotten into develop here locally and was doing some housing flips and everything. So we started actually a small company back then and started doing apartment turns here in the Jacksonville market.
Sure.
Did that for about 18 months and then decided to basically step away from that and go straight into construction. So
strictly multifamily. Is that correct?
Multifamily is strictly what we do now. We do some select commercial projects with some of our development teams, but they're very limited now.
So how many projects do you have ongoing, and what's the number typically, like that's not easily, but that's manageable?
Yeah, we manage right around 12 to 15 projects on average.
Southeast mainly?
Primarily across the Southeast. We do have a New England team as well. So,
do you really?
Yeah. So we've been up in Connecticut for the past 5 years, building up in Connecticut and Maine.
Awesome.
We're active right now in Connecticut. We've got 3 projects between the Connecticut and Maine markets that are in our pipeline right now for starts.
Great.
So,
Man, that's
a single-family product up in North Jacksonville?
We're doing, we've bought some single-family lots as well and have started building some single-family as well just because of the market demand.
Sure.
We have a lot of guys that have come from the single-family background.
Yeah.
I also own a paint and drywall business that's, kind of tack on to the main business that helps support Live Oak. So we've got Live Oak, Gulfstream Contracting, and Beacon Homes.
Cool, man. That's fantastic. So when you look at Jacksonville, North Florida, Northeast Florida, what have you, still a ton of growth? I mean, a lot of land out there, right?
Massive growth opportunities
Just
still.
continuous. Yep. Or at least for a certain time, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen, obviously through the pandemic, we've seen a lot of the infrastructure continue to grow here in Jacksonville and support. The port has done a great job of continuing to expand and getting the deepening completed and the dredging done. I think JA and the city have agreed to raise the lines at the port, so we'll be able to get the super tankers in. We're going to continue to see great infrastructure come into Jacksonville, which is going to continue to grow our markets, throughout the Northeast Florida. Yeah.
How about the supply chain for materials? Is that better today, or it's still a challenge?
It's still very challenging.
It is.
So, the majority of the U.S. is open and operational, and manufacturing is off and running. There's still a lot of the parts and pieces that we bring in and that the U.S. brings in from foreign countries that still have shutdowns going on.
Okay.
Just before I came up here, I saw that China has another market that they're shutting down for a period of time.
Wow.
Intel has chip manufacturing there, and Toyota has manufacturing there. So all of that manufacturing has a chain reaction when it gets shut down that
Yep.
affects the overall market. So
Everything.
Yeah, it's unpredictable, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
you have
right.
No,
right,
Roofing
right,
material
right.
show up in one location where you don't need it,
Yep.
and drywall show up in another location where you don't need it.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, allocations are out there in the market as well. So
Yep.
where we see drywall allocations in certain market because it's high demand,
Yep.
versus we can get material easier in other markets because there's just not as much activity in those markets.
Are
So,
you always looking for new people, like with everything going on with your growth?
Yeah,
because we connect people on the show. We're a networking type show. Some of you maybe watch like, wow, I want to get into live old consumer.
we're actively hiring right
Right.
now. So we've hired probably six in the last 4
Good.
weeks, and
Cool.
we've got 10 more spots that are open with the company.
Yep.
Some office spots, and then a lot of field opportunities
Cool.
with our
That's
with our
fantastic.
company. So.
All right, let's wrap up with this. What are some of the local developments that you guys have done that our audience will be like, oh man, I've seen that. Yeah, oh, that's cool. Or going on right now?
So we've done 2 large projects with Range Water Development out of Atlanta in the Nocatee market. So
cool.
we did Olay at Nocatee, and we're doing
Oh, yeah.
Cadence at
my
Nocatee
mom
right
left.
now.
Yeah, oh yeah. Beautiful.
Then we did for Chance Partners, we did the Exchange in the Bardlow and San Marco Promenade, all on King Street and Phillips Highway right there.
Yeah.
And then kind of the crown jewel of San Marco is the Park Place, or the Hendricks as it's been renamed, right behind Matthew's Restaurant in San Marco.
great.
So
Cool.
it'll be a great community that we're excited about here in
And
the
you're
next
going
12
to be
months.
serving Starbucks to the San Marco community.
And yes,
at that.
we have a Starbucks development as well that we
Nice.
have at the corner of Phillips and Emerson that we're
Okay.
that we're actually the development team on, and we have Latson Construction.
Okay.
That I think y'all have had him on in here
Yeah,
before.
yeah, we have.
Jesse.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so Jesse's actually building that project for me.
Okay.
Here in San Marco.
Back in the day, I was with Phoenix Realty. I brokered the Walmart that's right there on it was Ja Rue's land. You remember
really?
Ja Rue?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
brokered that sale.
Okay.
That's my one.
Really?
Yeah, I got out after a year. That was enough for me. One and
That's
done, though, I guess. That was good. But great having you on. Continued
Absolutely.
success, man.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. One of the
Yep.
great companies right here. Thanks, David.
Tom,
Right here in
good seeing
chat.
you, man.
Listen, we love talking to everybody on the show. Everyone's welcome at the table. We're talking business. We're talking charity. Whatever you're doing out there, it's always great to meet everybody that sits at my bar. If you like these kind of conversations, there's plenty more at iwannabuzz.com. So until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on the Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Back at Tommy Max at the bar. We're talking business. Once again, this show brought to you by my friends at Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits, the Brusnutter Wealth Advisory Team down at Ponte Vedra Beach, and the Southern Grill, a great restaurant right there on the South Bank. Awesome Southern food. David Sillick is back from Tab Jacksonville, and our guest is Adam Frantz from Cognition Digital. How you doing, David?
Tommy,
How's
good.
it going, my
Very
man?
Good. Excellent.
Tab continues to grow, huh?
You know,
got
by-
another Tab
By
member here.
coincidence, having
I love
It was
it.
not by design. It was
Yeah.
by pure
We-
coincidence.
we went through all the Cub Scouts,
Yeah.
right? The Eagle Scouts,
now
so now we're on to the
we might as
Tab.
well start
Yeah,
working
I love
through the
it.
Tab
I love
members,
it.
right?
That's great. Great to have you. Adam, how are you, my man?
Fantastic.
Great to have you on the show and sitting here at my bar. Appreciate you. Tell us about Cognition Digital.
Well, Cognition Digital is a new advertising technology company.
Okay.
We are an Amazon advertising certified advertising partner.
Okay.
So that means that what we do is we help people who are, they call it non-endemic, the people who don't sell a product on Amazon.com, but have a product or service that they're selling,
Okay.
who want to use Amazon's consumer data, consumer knowledge,
Okay.
to actually sell their products.
Oh, wow.
So I came from a background of automotive, and
Okay.
I know car dealerships pretty well. What we started with was helping a car dealership to access Amazon's consumer information and sell kind of into people who are ready to buy a car according to the signals from Amazon.
Okay, interesting. Interesting.
So
So,
imagine the data set
yeah,
that's behind
right.
the Amazon.
I'm just a bartender, David.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you think. No, I'm just kidding. Well, so you've been doing it for about a year, though, right? You said?
That's correct.
That's
Yep.
great.
Been in since April of 2021, I believe.
Wow. Wow. That must keep you really busy. So how many, what are we talking, products, or how many are you helping out? That you really...
So we have customers from across the board now.
Okay.
We're starting to see people come in from all over the place, the healthcare industry, legal,
Okay.
mortgage industry, et cetera.
Yeah.
Anybody and everybody who has kind of a product or service that they're selling. And we have hundreds of people who are using that now. So
Okay. That's
Give
fantastic.
us a high level kind of metric comparison of with and without
with and without.
Amazon platform, what you do.
So essentially, we have people who are basically 100% of them are not advertising through Amazon prior to us. What they do
Okay.
is they come from a Google or a Facebook kind of world where that's where they were pushing product, and they're going, I'd like to access this new channel. And so we kind of opening up a new channel, making these things available to them in a way that they just didn't have access to.
So if someone has a product, whatever it is out there that's trying to get onto Amazon, you can help them? Is that what we're getting at? Or you can help them with the advertising, the digital advertising?
We help them do digital advertising and help any company who wants to get their product out kind of programmatically across the world. So it can be display ads on the internet, it can be video products, it can be audio products and stuff like radio competition. So we can hit Fire Stick TVs with streaming video ads. We can hit the Amazon Alexa devices, and when you're listening to streaming music on that speaker in your home, it can inject an advertisement that's for any business, any product, and kind of direct people to their website. So it's a mix of internet, video, display.
How many are in your company? How many people?
We have 8 people in the company.
8 people running the whole thing.
Yep. So we're trying to be Instagram.
In need of,
worth $1 billion, but 9 employees.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
looking for people now?
We are currently hiring and looking for people. Yeah. So we're always kind of growing on the sales department side, but we're in kind of that mode of trying to scale and expand who we are and what we are, which means hiring techs. It means hiring developers. It means hiring salespeople.
That's challenging, though, isn't it? Like, because a lot of it you have to, I mean, if it's domestic, it's tough. And if it's offshore, it can take a little while. Like, it can be challenging.
It's super hard to find good resources. But I mean, the thing is I feel like we're in an exciting space. We kind of have stuff that attracts kind of those younger people who are talented. And I think that there are a lot of people who kind of resonate with the startup mentality, startup culture. So we looking for those people, the go-getters who want to try something that's, it's hard
pretty
work,
cool,
but it's new.
Yeah. And people can find you on LinkedIn, of course, because that's how we found you, David, of course, and you're connected. Is that how we can maybe connect? We network on this show. We bring people together. So if you're looking, we can maybe help you.
Cognition Digital. CognitionDigital.io is our website. The Cognition Digital is on LinkedIn.
Cool.
And that's, where we really try to build our businesses.
What a great idea. Did you wake up in the middle of the night thinking about it, or did it just hit you, or were you like, it'd take a long time?
So there was kind of that lightning strike moment. We had a person who was a friend who'd kind of worked with us and was a person who was employed by Honda, moved to Amazon and came to us and said, guys, not sure what it is, but there's a great opportunity here.
Cool.
And we kind of just had that lightning strike moment where it was the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity to go do something with it.
And the magic was in the results.
And
no doubt.
Yeah. So cool thing about what we're doing with all of these tools is just trying to make something that's more programmatic and more challenging to approach for a small business, kind of more available to everybody. The results that David's talking about is it's been really hard, I think, for any business to measure how does my advertising work? Does it actually give me results? And really cool tool with the Amazon side is their AMC tool. And we can leverage that. We can actually match up your sales or
Okay.
your leads
Track it.
or your showroom visits,
Yeah.
things like that,
Yeah.
and actually tell you our advertising was part of the path of them coming in and buying
Okay.
that product for
That's
you.
great.
So
Cool, man.
the metrics are really interesting.
That's awesome. Awesome to have you on the show.
Thank you.
I love meeting new people on the show. Thanks, David. Awesome. Hey, listen, maybe a little bit above my head, but I get it. What a fascinating
Hey, it took
business.
me months to even
Yeah,
get that far above.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey, if you like these kind of conversations, you're going to see more at iwanttabuzz.com. Till next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on the Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Back at Tommy Mac's at the bar, and we're talking business. Brought to you by our friends at Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits, the Bruss Nutter Wealth Advisory Team, and the Southern Grill right there on the South Bank. Wally Conway is back from Home Pro Inspections, Dorothy Kraft from Quality Cabinet Services, and Marcus Halling from Halling Enterprises. Let's welcome them in. How you doing, Wal?
Marvelous.
Good to see you, bud.
Yeah.
Always looking sharp, man.
Well, I am America's latest graduate of the John Maxwell Leadership Team Program.
Oh, is that right?
And they
Wow.
said you got to look sharp all the time, so
Yeah.
I'm up in my game.
I like your specs, too.
Thank you.
Are they new?
Yeah, it kind of makes me feel like a tech mode. What do you think?
Yeah, I like I like it. It looks good. Dorothy, how are you?
I am well.
Great to
Yourself?
have you on the
Thank
show.
you for
How's
having
everything?
me. It's going well. Business is booming, as with any other construction company.
Yeah, I
so
bet.
We're just riding along with the wave.
With the wave,
yes.
right. Tell us about Quality Cabinet Services.
So
What are you guys doing?
basically, what we do is we can provide custom-built cabinets or cabinets that are already something you can pick from the box, the color, the door.
Okay.
We install those for you, or we can just have them dropped off at your house and you can do the rest.
Oh, that would
Okay.
go well, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? Until you break something, then we're not liable.
Yeah, right.
We are looking to expand into RTAs ready to assemble.
Okay.
So
That'd be
basically,
helpful.
it would. You can get it in a box. It'll come to you.
Sorry.
You can open the box, put them together, put them on wall, and say, we did it. As
Okay.
long as it looks good, we did it. So
Are you headquartered out of Jacksonville? What do you serve?
we
What
are in Orange Park, Florida.
Okay.
However, we serve within like an 80-mile radius of that area.
Okay,
So
cool.
anywhere
Awesome.
from the Florida, Georgia line down to Orlando.
Okay.
But we are looking to expand by bringing our business online and directly to you, to your door.
Great. How about a supply chain and all that? Has that gotten better? And
It had, well, it depends. Depends on
Okay.
who you ask and what you're trying to get.
Yep.
Some we can get in within the 6-week original time frame.
Okay.
But we are seeing some manufacturer suppliers taking upwards of 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
We are honest with our customers from the beginning when
Yep.
that happens. But if I wanted something, I would be, it's 2 months compared to 1 month or
Yep.
6 weeks, which is a 2-week difference.
Always
then
good to
take
manage those expectations
For
on the
sure.
front end.
Well,
right?
project
For
management
sure.
is a big thing, and
Yep.
timeline from the beginning and having expectations.
Yep.
It's big variables into all of it.
That's great to have you on the show. All right, Marcus, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. Thank
Tell
you for
us
having me.
about Halling Enterprises.
Well, Halling Enterprises, it's a company I formed 10 years ago.
Okay.
We're a small business government contractor, particularly focused on aerospace support. We
Okay.
provide maintenance, manufacturing, flight operations support to the U.S. government, larger companies like some
Okay.
of the OEM manufacturers and other approved allied nations.
Wow. And you've been doing that for 10 years. Now, thank you for your service. You're a former Air Force veteran, right? You're an Air Force
I'm
veteran?
currently still serving in the Air National Guard.
Are you really? All
yeah,
right.
I
Cool.
was in the Florida Air National Guard for 16 and a half years, and
Okay.
I'm wrapping up my career with the Georgia Air National Guard.
And are you fighter pilot? What are you-
No, I grew up in the maintenance side of the house.
Okay.
I'm a
Crew chief?
I'm a crew chief.
Are you really?
So,
My
yeah.
brother was a crew chief in
Oh.
Luke Air Force Base.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
out in Arizona.
Yeah.
I think he did 4 years, but yeah, he was working on whatever, F-15. You got all the brains in the family. Trust me.
That's where I started
wow.
F-15s with the Air Guard unit here in Jacksonville, out of Jackson International.
Wow. So you're wicked smart, as they say up in Boston.
I've never been accused of that.
Never been accused of that.
Hey, you can start now.
That's
Are
right.
you guys manufacturing parts, or you're
we distribute, we manufacture ground support equipment. So
Okay.
the A-29 that is produced here in Jacksonville by Embraer and managed by Sierra Nevada Corp. We manage and produce some of the
Have
stuff
you
that they
figured
use
out how to get ground support equipment back to being yellow?
just a little bit of paint.
Just a little bit of paint. You know, in my time in the Navy, they went from yellow gear to white gear. It didn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, now they're having us paint it gray. So
Gray gear.
everything's battleship gray, even on the Air Force side.
I'll be darned.
So, how long did it take you to? I mean, it's a craft. I mean, it's obviously a specialty that you guys provide, and you yourself. How long did it take you to know everything?
Oh, I've never been accused of knowing everything.
Well, not everything.
I like to think that I do.
I'm a bartender, man. You know what I'm
We
saying?
are, yeah.
I mean,
Like,
especially if my wife's at.
How much training did
wife.
it take, I guess, to get to,
So that's the great thing is, I got my start in the Air National Guard, and the way I view it is it provided a great foundation, to use a home construction analogy, for which I built those skill sets, and then saw those skill sets in others, and saw an opportunity to start a company and provide employment opportunities to fellow vets.
That's awesome.
And that's our main focus is, I wanted to do innovative work. And I wanted to provide opportunities for fellow veterans to continue to be able to utilize those hard-earned skill sets.
Yeah, those skills that they learned, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I take great pride in that. My first 3 employees were the first 3 guys that I worked for when I started in the Air Force.
Oh, really?
Our
No
tables
kidding.
turn.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So,
where are you located?
So we have operations at NAS Jacksonville.
Okay.
So we're providing support to the Navy there. Cool. So we have an office there. Company's headquartered in Green Cove Springs.
Okay.
And we're looking at some expansion here in the Jacksonville area, as well as some nationwide opportunities.
You never know who you're going to meet at the bar.
It's a great bar.
You know what I mean?
Reynolds Park.
Seriously, that's fantastic stuff. Are we Jag fans?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you from here?
I grew up here.
Okay.
I moved here when I was a kid.
Okay.
Local product of the Catholic school system.
Okay.
Sacred Heart on the west side of town, and then
sure.
Bishop Kenny.
Okay. BK.
Yep. And then stayed here. My wife is born and raised here. This is where we wanted to raise our kids. I did a couple of tours out of the area. And we came back in order to raise a family and start the business.
Cool. Awesome. Dorothy, how about you? You from here? Where are you from?
Oh, I was born in Maine but raised here.
Okay, cool.
And one thing I can remember is I think it was either 98 or 99. Jaguars went to playoff. And that was the biggest thing. Was it both years? See, look at me.
Sure was.
It was the biggest thing in Jacksonville.
Did you have a favorite linebacker from that time frame?
Oh, I can't remember names, but they were all very pretty to me back then.
I see that.
They were pretty back then.
Yeah, the backside anyway.
Man.
Let's talk about the backside. Well, come on. No. Great having you guys on. Really fascinating stuff, and best of luck.
You're pretty back.
Truly. Yeah, no doubt. All right, that'll do it this time around. Hey, if you like these kind of conversations, plenty more at iwannabuzz.com. So until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Back at the bar, back at Tommy Max, meeting some great people in this great city of Jacksonville. Our show always brought to you by Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits, the Brust Nutter Wealth Advisory Team in Ponte Vedra Beach, and the Southern Grill right there on the South Bank on Flagler Avenue. Daniel Bean is back from Abel and Bean, and Andrea Miller from Brain Spotting Therapy USA is at the bar. Let's welcome them in. Dan, how are you, my man?
I'm good, man. Another
Good
day
to
in
see you
paradise.
again.
It's all good.
You're looking sharp.
Thank you, sir.
Enjoying your beverage, I see.
I see.
You're just sipping, though. That's good.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
doubt about it. We have a friend here, Andrea Miller. Hi, Andrea.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm lovely. Thank you.
I am graced by your presence. You've been in the building before, but the first time on The Horse's Mouth. So thanks for being here.
Thank you. It's
Tell
a
us
privilege.
about Brain Spotting Therapy.
Okay, well, basically, it is a brain and body-based treatment modality,
Okay.
and it focuses on trauma, unresolved trauma, rather.
Okay.
And it's miraculous. It's been a game changer. I've been in the field for over 25 years.
Okay.
I found out about it in about 2018, and it's really helped a lot of my clients heal in a more rapid
Okay,
pace.
and when you say trauma, you said it's not necessarily physical, emotional, just something that happened to you that it's unresolved, right?
Right, unresolved trauma. And so trauma is like basically a feeling of helplessness.
Right.
So it could be something as far as, witnessing something that has happened. Or losing a job, absolutely, and not knowing when you're going to pay your bill, a feeling of helplessness. So it's not necessarily, related to like the death of a loved one. It could be related to grief, loss, any fears, phobias, anxieties. Lots of different topics, even smoking. If someone wants to stop smoking,
really? I have a lot of questions. So how do you know when you've hit the spot? Like
so
you're just reading them, and you're like, I'm there. Like you feel like you're there. You're close. So how do you figure that out?
That's a good question.
That's fascinating.
It is fascinating. It's been such a game changer. It's really mind blowing. It's been the best thing.
We need some liquor. I'm just kidding.
But how I find the brain spot is, so there's two different techniques. So I'll usually put the pointer to their left and in their center and then to their right and then higher and then lower on the activated spot. And so if they can't feel it anywhere in their body, then I do what's called outside window. So I go real slow across their field of vision with a pointer. And so I look for all these different cues as trained as a brain spotting therapist to look for.
Wow.
Or they can tell me, oh, right there, it's starting to feel really tense in my chest right there.
Wow,
so either they find it or I find it, or we work together to find
Once
it.
you find it, what happens?
So then I just tell them whatever happens in your brain, just let it process out. And so they may think about the issue at hand that they wanted to process out, or it may not even touch that.
Wow.
So it's kind of like the brain hijacks the session, whether it wants to brain spot, or it can go to several different topics.
What's their state? Are they just calm? I mean, they just
it depends, because if you hit that activated spot,
something could trigger.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So they can start crying immediately. Their legs can be shaking a lot. Their hands get really sweaty.
Whoa.
You can see them tense. You can see their eyes blinking rapidly. There's so many different cues that I look for and seeing that. And then when it's calm, you can just see that calm
the glow,
and peaceness.
maybe.
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome.
Calm and peace.
All right, how can people find you as we wrap up here, Andrea? It's such a treat having you. So cool. How can people find you?
So it works the same virtually as in person. I've done it both with clients, which is really cool.
Wow.
I did all my training virtually.
Okay.
So I do have an office in Mandarin, or like I say, virtually, whatever the clients prefer.
Awesome.
Do you have a website?
I do. BrainSpottingTherapyUSA.com.
All right,
good.
great. Well, great to meet you. All the
Nice
best.
to meet you. Thank
fascinating.
you.
Good job.
I'm going to make an appointment.
You might be with me for a while if you can find that spot somewhere in there. But always fascinating. Man, I love meeting new people on this show and learning what they're doing out here in our great city of Jacksonville. If you like these kind of conversations, go see more at iwannabuzz.com. Until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.